I remember the first time I saw Back to the Future, and since then I've seen it so many times. It's my favorite movie about time travel. I'm a theoretical physicist, and I work with Einstein's equations, which do allow time travel. But I groan every time I see a time travel movie. They get it all wrong, all upside down. How do you go backwards in time? You get into a hot tub. How do you go backwards in time? You spin the dial. How do you go backwards in time? You have a dream of some sort. Wrong. Back to the Future gets it right. It's energy. Energy, that's the key to time travel. If you have enough energy, you could perhaps bend time into a pretzel. And that's what Doc Brown is all about.
Wait, 21 gigawatts! What the hell is a gigawatt?
Come here. I'll show you how it works. First, you turn the time circuits on. This readout tells you where you're going, this one tells you where you are, this one tells you where you were.
Back to the Future is novel because you go forwards in time and backwards in time. And believe it or not, going forwards in time is the easy part. Our astronauts go forward in time by a fraction of a second every time they go into outer space. You realize that in outer space, like on the moon, time beats faster on the moon than it does on the Earth. So it is true that if you could race near the speed of light, time begins to slow down so that you rocket into the future. Of course, we cannot go near the speed of light, but one day we will, and so future travel is a definite possibility. But going back into the past, aha, that's the killer. And if you have enough energy, maybe in a DeLorean, you might be able to wrench this river of time and make it fork into two rivers. According to the laws of physics, according to Einstein's general theory of relativity, time is a river. It's a river that meanders and goes backwards and forwards and does all these gyrations, and we now know it could have whirlpools in the river of time.
The time continuum has been disrupted, creating this new temporal event sequence resulting in this alternate reality.
English, Doc.
Here. Let me illustrate.
When Doc Brown went to the blackboard, drew the timeline, the river of time, and then drew a fork in the river of time.
Creating an alternate 1985.
That's how we physicists view the possibility of time travel. You jump from one stream to another stream. So if you go backwards in time, you enter an alternate reality, a quantum alternate reality. And Back to the Future, to my knowledge, is the only film which gets it right.
This is great. Does it run like on regular unleaded gasoline?
Unfortunately, no. It requires something with a little more kick. Plutonium.
Are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear?
If Back to the Future gets it right so many times, where do they get it wrong? Well, I'll have to admit, the defect in the movie is how much energy you need to bend time into a pretzel. Plutonium can't do it.
But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity I need.
It's not going to make it. But hey, this is Hollywood, right? And it's a great ride. It's a great movie.
Marty, have you interacted with anybody else today besides me?
Yeah, well, I might have sort of bumped into my parents.
Great Scott!
The question that everybody wants to know the answer to is, what does happen if your teenage mother falls in love with you before you're born?
My name is Lorraine.
Do you disappear?
Erased from existence.
Do you alter the fabric of space-time? Does the universe collapse like Doc Brown hinted at? Well, Doc Brown had the answer. If the river of time forks into two rivers, you are jumping stream, so that when you meet your mother as a teenager, she looks like your mother, she talks like your mother, but she is not really your mother. She's a double of your mother, a clone in some sense, made possible by the quantum theory.
What?
Marty, you seem so nervous. Is something wrong?
No.
So that explains all the paradoxes. If Marty was unable to get his parents as teenagers to reconnect, then in that universe, he is destined not to exist. But in his own universe, the universe that he came from, yes, he has a past, he has a history. There are no contradictions whatsoever.
This is the year 2015?
October 21st, 2015.
Marty, we can actually see our future.
When I saw Back to the Future Part 2, I was intrigued because this was supposed to be a glimpse of the future in the year 2015. Well, hey, believe it or not, a lot of that technology we have already or is coming very fast. And watch that movie. You have chips in your clothes. You see screens, images everywhere. Computer technology is for free. And that's exactly what we physicists are predicting for the future.
Now, you don't have to worry about traffic.
Some people say, where's my flying car? Where's my jetpack? I mean, I'm supposed to be Buck Rogers in the future, but here we are without flying cars. Well, flying cars already exist, but there's a catch. It costs so much money. It's not economical.
$39, $9.99, $95.
But if we can create superconductors at room temperature, then we'll have hoverboards. Not just flying cars, we'll also have hoverboards, magnetism for free.
After you fix the time circuits and put new tires on the DeLorean, I'm going back to 1885 and I'm bringing you home.
At first, when I heard that Back to the Future was going to go way back into the past, I thought to myself, oh no, they've lost it. But boy, was I surprised. Because there was this story, this love interest. Here was Doc Brown kindling the interest in Jules Verne, kindling the interest in science, talking to a school teacher, and that changed his whole destiny.
Great Scott.
It raises all sorts of philosophical questions about life, death, and love. So I began to realize that part 3, hey, that was pretty deep.
Damn it. I read that book too.
You can go right on the street today and ask people, have you seen Back to the Future? And you're going to see all the hands waving. That's power. That's the ability to move people's imagination. That's the ability to make scientists out of people that lost interest in science when they were teenagers. And so I think it's very important that we inspire young people because that's our future. That's why I think movies like Back to the Future, hey, it gives us a vision of the past, a vision of the future.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.